Good evening. It's Cindy Fodor here with Stamp the Love, and it's Make It Monday. So excited that I was able to be here tonight. It was very questionable for most of the day, but around 6:30 tonight, I was able to get down to it. So hopefully, I have some fun things for that you'll enjoy, and it'll just be fun to see you guys as well. So let me just make sure that we're streaming okay. And it looks like we have sound. So pop on and say hello. Let me know that you're here. Hold on one second. I just realized that my little phone stand got pushed back. For some reason, I did that. All right. Let's put this up here so that I can see if you leave me a comment or a question. All right. Just breathe. Right? Take a deep breath. Yeah, I'll breathe. You guys go get something to drink, get a coffee or something, right? All right. So, hi Cindy, welcome. Yeah, it's been a day. It's been a 24 hours. Just to give you a little heads up. So my daughter-in-law called around 10:30, 11 o'clock last night, and Tyler has been sick. I guess a stomach bug. I'm not sure. We're not sure yet, but I don't know how many of you know. Cindy, you know all about this, I'm sure. Hi, Charlene. When he gets a fever or gets sick, his MS flares up, and he basically is paralyzed. Mostly from the waist down, but he also can't do much with his arms. So getting him to the bathroom or anywhere is impossible for his poor wife. So we were on call pretty much all night. He slept on the floor in the bathroom, I believe. Anyways, she got sick, texted us early this morning and wanted us to come get the little one, just because they were both feeling so crappy. So anyways, it's been a long day for them. I took the baby back. He's 2. Not really a baby. Such a cutie. Oh my goodness, we had a great day. But yeah, when I got there, he was back in bed. She had helped him back. His fever was back a bit. It had been gone most of the day. So we're not really sure what's going on, but he doesn't want to go to the hospital. So we'll see what happens from here. But if you'll just say a prayer, I appreciate it. He's supposed to have surgery next Monday. He has some inguinal hernias, not inguinal, hernias in his groin that really have been bothering him and need surgery pretty desperately. They're trying to get it done before Christmas. So hopefully this isn't a setback that will keep that from happening. Hi, Louise. Hi, Barbara. So thank you for just saying a quick prayer for him. I appreciate it. I know there's so many other people that are hurting and need prayer. So yeah, I totally don't want to. I know we can't overwhelm God, but I don't want to overwhelm you. Okay. So, all right. Hi, Sylvia. Thank you. I appreciate it. So just a couple things before I get started with stamping. I just want to remind you. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, it does. It stinks. Hopefully you got my email today. So I worked on that all evening yesterday. But just because there's so much stuff all of a sudden happening, and I want to make sure that you guys know about it. And I'm not doing this to say, hey, spend more. I'm not at all. But if there's things that you need, I want you to know that there is a Black Friday sale. Let me just flip over here so that I can show you this. There's a Black Friday sale. It starts on the 25th. It goes through December 1st. It's up to 40% off of select products. We don't know what those products are. None of us do. So it's going to be as much of a surprise to us, as it is to you. But there you go. I'm sure there will be some things there that I'm going to be like, you know what? I really wanted that, or I should stock up on that. I don't know. So I'm going to check it out. You can too. But anyways, then for the Cyber Monday sale, December 1 through 9, they are doing a paper pumpkin special. And I put that in the email. The details are there. It is a crazy good sale, guys. So if you get paper pumpkin, it's something you're definitely going to want to take advantage of. If you've never gotten paper pumpkin, it might be your time to try it out. So when you sign up during this period, you will automatically be signed up for the kit in December, which is really pretty. I've seen it. I've seen some of it, and it's not Christmas. It's like it's flowers and stuff. And what else? You can get a 3-month, a 6-month, or a 12-month. The shipping is included, so it's okay if you'll be placing these to order separately if you decide to take advantage of both of those. So don't worry about, even though they do overlap one day, I think this goes totally separate anyways, because the shipping is already included in it. So just for my team, just so that you understand, that discount applies, and then we get our additional discount on that sale as well. The shipping will not be discounted though, so it won't be a discount on the sale price. It won't be a complete discount on that sale price. I don't know exactly how it shakes out, but they tried to explain that, and it is a little confusing. But anyways, it's still a great deal for customers and demonstrators alike. Hi, Betty. I didn't want to miss saying hello to you. So those two things are happening. I recommend that you put this on your calendar, put a reminder on there, because if you're like me, the holidays, you're going to forget it. The other thing I want to mention is just stay tuned. I'm going to be sending an email out. Joel and I are going to do a sale on our organizers and our ribbon makers and tamers and things like that. So if there's things that you need, we'll be doing a sale on that as well. So that's gonna come. I just didn't want to try to throw all of that in one thing. It's a lot, but anyways, I think that's it for that. Okay, so the first thing that I decided to show you, and I think I took my card out of here and didn't put it back in. Well, anyways, just so that you know, this little thing holds a card. All right, I forgot to turn my phone off. Let me do that real quick. All right. Okay, so I wanted to show you how to do this little envelope, because you can put a little gift in here, and you can have a spot for a card as well, or another gift. You could put a little gift of cards or something in this pocket. So I wanted to show you how to do that with a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and wanted to share the good news. I checked before I went live. This paper, Christmas Traditions, is back in stock. It's not on the list anymore. And so that, I think that's good news for a lot of you guys that have been waiting for it. I know I talked to somebody and they were like, well, maybe I'll wait till the sale. So the sale is what, 5-7 days away? I forget exactly. Let's see, this is the 17th. So yeah, it's about 7 or 8 days away. So it's up to you whether you want to wait to get this paper. I don't know. I have no idea of knowing if they have enough of it. I know a lot of you are waiting for this paper. So, all right. So let me grab, where'd my cutter go? Oh, I have it ready for the next project. Well, that's not helpful. Let me just move my junk. Okay. All right. So we are going to score this. It's 12 by 12. I didn't change anything. We're going to score it at 3/4 of an inch from both sides. And I wasn't sure if there was anything special, anything with the design that I needed to do, and I don't think there is. So 3/4 from both edges. I'm just winging this. The one I showed you, I got from a gal at Connect and Create, and I can't remember, Deb Hoover. And so I'm just going by her pattern. I mean, what I measured from her pattern. Ooh, sorry. I get a little crazy with this poor camera, it gets beat up. And then for the bottom, I'm going to measure up to 3.5. All right, so put that aside for a minute. So we're going to fold in our sides first. And do this one. Get my bone folder out here. I'm going to be using some tear and tape for this. And then I'm going to fold this edge up. And this is when it's nice, when your paper coordinates. And I love the inside of this. This is going to get folded back, and you're just going to fold it to the very edge, to that very point, and then fold that down. And the same with this one. We're going to fold this one down. Okay. And then we're going to put our tear and tape on here. So I'm going to bring it down here the whole way so that that piece stays together. Just tear that off. And you got to always press that down really good in order to get this piece to come loose. And then we're just going to fold that up. Get this bone folded in here again now that we've got the tear and tape on there. Now you could glue this piece up if you want to, but you actually have two pockets here if you don't tape that down. So you have a pocket here and a pocket here. So she used this green ribbon, and it's not going to go great with these colors, but I'm just going to go ahead and use it because it's such gorgeous ribbon. If you haven't gotten this ribbon yet, it's called Shaded Spruce. I don't know. It's like a 1-inch, almost a 1-inch ribbon, and it's so gorgeous. And I should say right now that this this ribbon tamer is an extra size because we came out with this larger ribbon and it doesn't fit in the other ribbon tamers. So if you need to add, I'm going to make this just a little bit longer and cut that off. I don't have any ribbon scissors here. Okay. I'm just going to tie this down, and that way I don't have to glue those sides down. I just saw somebody do a video on bows, and I really should probably do a little bit of a class on that because it can get a little bit crazy. Where's my ribbon scissors? These are not very good cutters. Okay. But anyways, there you get the idea. And if I put this washcloth in here, that will hide that blue in the background. So once you have your gift in there, you're not going to see that blue. However, if that's too much navy, you could always put a piece of designer paper inside of here just to add a little bit more contrast to that. But it almost looks like a little shirt or something, and it just makes a cute little something to add a little extra. You could put something, possibly some baked, a sleeve of baked cookies or something in there. All right, so hopefully that's helpful. 3 1/4, 3 1/4, and then 3 1/2 on the bottom are the score lines for that. All right. The next thing I want to do is, you're going to laugh at me, or you're going to be like, oh, for Pete's sake, are you serious, Cindy? So I'm sure that you've been seeing demonstrators show this kit. And if you haven't, I want to make sure that you're not going to miss out on it. And my camera wants to zoom in on that for some reason. But this is our advent calendar with all the fun goodies in it that I've shown you before. But I'm actually going to try to make something with some of this tonight. However, since retreat, I have not seen my stamp set that goes with this. So I'm afraid I might have given it away, which is very discouraging because I can't possibly buy that alone. It comes with the kit. So we're going to just work with some of the things that are in here. I decided to open number 1 and use the dies, of course, there to cut out some of the flowers from the kit, but some of them are standalone dies. So we're going to use those. And I opened number 2, and that is this beautiful paper. So we're going to use some of that. And it's just fun to get a little bit away from Christmas for a minute, right? Because we're certainly, I don't know about you, but I'm still working on Christmas cards. So it's fun to take a little break from that. So just really fun floral ideas that, that you can play with. And of course, everything in this coordinates. And then I decided to open 3 because I will need some embellishments for my cards. All right. And because I don't have the stamp set, I did have to pull in, I am going to pull in a saying set to go with it. So, all right. So here's, I have most of it cut already because it's a new fold. It's not totally brand new, but I haven't done it in a while. So, we're going to bring that cutter back in here and we're going to score at 2 3/4. This piece is 5 1/4 by 8 1/2. So I just took 1/4 of an inch off the shorter side, and I'll show you why in a minute. And then 6 3/4 is the next measurement, or something like that. It doesn't have to be exactly those measurements, but if you want the rest of the measurements to work out, that I'm going to give you. So, going to fold these both in. This will be our right side and this will be our left side. And you'll notice that this overlaps a little bit, and that's necessary. This cardstock is damaged, but I might be able to just erase or sand that a little bit. I needed this to be 4 inches wide because it's going to go on this base of Misty Moonlight, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. All right, so we're going to go ahead and glue that on there. So I'm making this a non-Christmas card, but the reason I'm doing it now is because you could make this with a Christmas design if you need to give like some gift cards. So it'll be a nice little gift card holder. Okay, so we have that. I also took the designer paper and I chose to use this pattern because it's so cute and springy. And this cold weather we've been having, I don't know about you, but I'd be happy to jump right to spring. So this is going to go inside of here. This piece, because we scored this at 2 3/4, so I just went down 1/4 of an inch. So this is 2 1/2 by 5 because this was 5 inches, so I went down 1/4 of an inch. Okay, and then this piece here, this is going to go here. This piece ended up being, let me just measure this here again real quick. It is 1 3/4 inch. So this is 1 1/2 again by 5 for the length. All right, does that make sense? That's how I figure out my layers. All right, let me just check here real quick. All right. Oh shoot, where did I go? Okay, there we go. All right, can you guys all still hear me okay? Can somebody just give me a thumbs up to make sure I didn't freeze? Shoot, I didn't mean to put that there. How did I? Pay attention, Cindy. All right, I hope I did not freeze on you guys. I'm not seeing any movement on my comments or any thumbs up. Anybody? Okay, Charlene, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, so now we're going to do an inside piece. And for that one, I have this at 4 inches long, 4¼ inches long by 3½ wide. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah, 4¼ by 3½. And then I scored this at 1/2 inch right here. Okay. And so then this piece, then that means I only had 3 left. So this piece is 2¾ by 4. All right. All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. All right. So this is going to go on our inside. Let's go ahead and stick that on since I don't have any cute stamps to put on there. We are going to add some of the dies. So let me show you what I did with the dies. And I'm going to grab the things here that I cut out. So these are some of the flowers from those dies that I just showed you. So I cut those out. And this was left on my plate from the inside of these flowers. Now these didn't all want to come out, but I sort of found a few and stuck them back on there. This is that saran wrap that's really sticky, the press and ply or whatever. And sometimes when I see these patterns, I just can't like let them stay there. I don't know if you guys are like that or not, but anyway, so I decided that I'm going to glue them onto my card. So they're sticking on here upside down because I laid this right on the plate. So the right side is sticking to my little plastic stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and put, ooh, that's a little more glue than I wanted. The only problem with doing this is that you have to sort of wait till it dries in order to get it to stick to the paper and not to your plastic. Or you can carefully or not carefully, just peel this up as you press that down. You can see those things are still coming up. So I'm just pulling it back gently. There we go. Okay, so we got that one down. The next one is going to be these little flowers, and I'm trying to decide if I want to put them on here. I might just put them up in this corner. Let me see if I can add just a tiny little bit of glue to each of these. Not as much as I did to those last ones. All right. I told my husband, just so you know, I was debating, like, how am I going to do a live tonight? I really didn't think it was going to happen. But Mama wanted her little guy back sooner than I thought. And I was home like an hour before. So I was like, I can't let you guys down. But and I told my husband, I'm thinking, I don't know how I can do this. He's like, yeah, but you have to let these people know further ahead than like an hour before. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I should. So he made me feel guilty, guys. So I'm here. And hopefully I will show you a fun idea. Don't mind this crazy paper piecing stuff that I sometimes get caught up in. There we go. That's just cute, isn't it? And I think we could probably add one of these adorable little sequins. Let me just throw a couple down here because I'm going to be using them. We'll just put a pile of glue there and stick that to it so that we have a center for our flower. These are not completely flat, so I was having trouble grabbing a hold of it because it wanted to scoot on me. All right, so this is our inside. Let's go ahead and finish that. So I'm going to put some tear and tape here. I did not try this myself, so I'm winging this. And I watched a video like 50 times to try to get some semblance of measurement. And I don't know about you guys. Does anybody else do that? You feel like totally insane, right? Sometimes my husband's like, what are you watching? All right, so this is going to go right against this fold. And I want to make sure the top and the bottom are even. And then I'm going to just close it. And then this is going to stay like this. We're going to put some tear and tape in here. I can find what I did with it. To make the little pocket that's going to be our gift card holder. And I'm using tear and tape because it's one of the best. If I use liquid glue, sometimes that could get in here too far, and then it might make this not move like it should. So tear and tape for the win. Oh, shoot. I was not paying attention. Didn't realize that I hadn't pressed that down good enough. All right, let's try another one. Thank goodness that was the inside of the card, right? All right, I'm going to have to trim this off because I can't stand this being out over the edge. All right, now we're just going to hold that down, press that down, and then when you pull this out, we can tuck our gift card in there. And then when you pull that out, your gift card is right there. Okay. All right, let's do the front. So our front flap, again, is 2 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to come back in with another layer of Misty Moonlight. I really want those stamps because they are so cute and they would just really add to this layer right here. But this paper is really pretty too. So we're going to use our flower, our little butterfly, and our leaf, and some of our gems. And I'm going to use the right words. So hopefully something in here is going to fit on here. And I always need birthday cards. So I'm hoping that the happy birthday will fit. Where are you? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let me grab a block. And I brought coordinating colors. So I think I will use Misty Moonlight. No, I'll use that for the inside. I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo just because it's so pretty. So let me do this while it's nice and flat. I'm just going to put that across the front. And then on the inside, I should have stamped that before I put that in there. But there's a saying here that says, to someone worth celebrating every single day. Let me see where that one is here. And I think that will go nicely in there. And we'll do that in the Misty Moonlight so that it doesn't feel left out. There we go. All right, and let's get this one here. If I can get it centered. There we go. All right. Put our flower down and our leaf. Tuck that in here. And then I'm just going to do the little butterfly up here in the sky. So I'll put it over here. And then we'll add a few gems. Just going to pop some little bits of glue there. We've got one out here. I have it upside down. Oh, gee. I'm going to just lay that one aside till that glue dries. Except it wants to stick to me. Let me get a couple more. It's really hard to tell which is I need to feel them so that I can tell if they're flat. The flat side is the bottom side. Are you serious? My batteries were fully charged, and that one just died. Well, that's good. I'm almost done, right? And there we go. All right, so there's our front. It's probably a little more plain than I would have done if I had the stamps, but, and then you've got your little gift card in there. All right, so I hope you like the idea, and hopefully it'll help you this Christmas if you need some ideas to give gift cards, because I know sometimes they just don't get you their wish list, and you gotta go for the gift cards. So all right, everybody. It was great seeing you. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Lori. I didn't see you earlier. Yeah, I hope that I probably am not going to be back on Monday because everybody's going to be getting ready for Thanksgiving, and it's going to be really hectic at my house because I'm having everybody here, and I have to clean up my whole stamp room and move everything around and out and stuff so that we can all fit in here. But yeah, so I don't think I'll be back on Monday. Okay, sorry. But I will be sending you an email shortly about our organizer sale. And I also have a free PDF for you. So I will get that out to you soon. All right. All right. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining me. I hope you have a great week. God bless. Happy Thanksgiving. And I will see you on the flip side.